The topic I want to share with you today is a really important one, and it focuses on the difference between something called resilience and another thing called adaptability. The reason why I want to talk to you about this is because we often think of ourselves as either surviving or thriving, or maybe somewhere in between. And what most people have been really seeking out at the moment is how to be more resilient. And it's a noble act, and it's one that can develop strength and protection, and it can help us kind of weather the storm a little bit. It's like our armor. It's the sort of thing where it's hard and it's rigid and it surrounds us and protects us. And for a little while, it makes us feel safe. The thing about resilience, and while we all need it and it's important to grow it, is that it's temporary. It's not something that we want to spend too much time in because it's finite. It doesn't last. And the reason for that is because we have a capacity to exhibit that resilience, to utilize that resilience. And so the thing I want to highlight today, which is really important, is about that thriving state, about that adaptability. And this is something I've had to learn in my own life through being an able-bodied athlete and having many challenges and moving state and playing for different football teams and changing sports and all of those things. And the lessons that I've learned is that life is constantly changing. And so when I acquired a disability through a football injury and had to experience that, what felt like suffering, what felt like loss, resilience was important. And I'd built that up over time. But what I quickly discovered was that until I learned how to adapt, until I learned how to find the opportunity and to thrive again, I was only going to continue my own suffering. I was only going to continue to sort of stay where I was, putting up my shield, wearing my armor, feeling some kind of temporary protection, which wasn't actually going to move me forward in life. And so what I want to tell you about adaptability is that, like I said, life is always changing. And so if we're only in protective mode, then we're only going to stay where we are and everything else is going to move by us. So what we really want to do is we want to find the opportunity. We want to build the tools that help us move forward, the things that help us learn and grow and develop something more powerful, more fulfilling, more meaningful in our lives. And the great thing about adaptability is that is infinite. That one, there is no finite capacity. You can keep learning in life. You can keep growing. You can keep finding new ways. And there are so many examples of this out there. For those of you who watch the Paralympics, I'm sure you would have learned great stories and seen terrific outcomes for people that at first glance, you might not have thought were capable of what you are. And yet they've well and truly surpassed not just what you may currently know or about your own abilities, but they may have stimulated something exciting about what's possible for the future. And I know that's been my experience of parasport, in that by spending more time around people that have learnt these qualities, have learnt these tools in life, that I've discovered more about myself and discovered ways that I can grow and learn and be better, ways that I can adapt and find opportunity. And that comes from constraints. It comes from learning some limitations in certain areas and then exploring what's possible, exploring if you can overcome it, if you can adapt to it, if you can change it. What can you do differently? And so I'll challenge you today as you reflect on where you are in your own life. And we've all had challenges, and I'm sure you do too. But I want you to think about those challenges and look for the opportunity. Look for the way that you might be able to find a way to adapt and to move forward in a new and different way to what you ever have before. To explore something and to be excited about that, about the opportunity that lays in front of you.